Hi everyone, it's Joe. Welcome back to The Ramble. It is December 12th, Friday, at 10:09 p.m. EST. Let us get into The Ramble. Now today I actually have stuff I want to talk about, so the daily recap won't be as long as sometimes they can typically be. So after The Ramble last night, which was just after I finished watching the Game Awards, I was just on my PlayStation and I picked up some new games. I cannot think of one of the names right now, but I picked up this game called Pentiment. It was an Xbox exclusive that came to PlayStation. It's like a narrative RPG kind of game, and people say it's really good. And then I picked up Ace Combat 7, because Ace Combat 8 got announced, and I thought that game looked really cool, and I want to play one of the other ones first. And since people say 7 is really good, it's also the only game I can find on PS4/PS5. That's what we got. Then I don't remember when I went to bed, but I woke up today at like 9 something, or 10. I think I woke up at 9 something, went back to sleep, woke up at 10. So then I came downstairs, I had breakfast, and then I just kind of chilled until about 1 when I was supposed to have my phone meeting. So at about 12:55, she texted and let me know that she was going to be a little late. So I still got ready for my meeting at 1 because I didn't have anything else to do. So she didn't end up getting here, or I guess calling me since it's over the phone, until 1:20. So she was 20 minutes late. I know she said she'd be late, but still, if the original time was 1:20, that means she was 20 minutes, the original time was 1, that means she was 20 minutes late regardless. So basically, we talked about, just basic, still kind of introduction stuff. She, I don't know, I'm trying not to get into, all the details of it, but a couple things are for certain. One, she was going over stuff that was in her records about me already from another person. And one thing she just was like, yeah, it says here your handwriting's on the sloppy side. Is that correct or false? And I was kind of taken aback because I felt that was kind of out of the blue, not necessary and rude. My parents are in agreement with me. In fact, my mom got very fired up over that because she was like, why is your handwriting so bad? Because you had a stroke at birth and your hands don't work as good as everybody else's. And she was not very happy about that. Also, I told the lady on the phone, I was like, yeah, you wanted me to get some references. So I have 4 references. They're all my teachers from high school who as I think I told you all, were more than happy to give me be references and were thrilled to hear from me. So I told her that I have references, and I told her that they were high school teachers, and she said, actually, those aren't gonna work. You could use 1 from high school and then get 2 from the college. They need to be college level at best. And also you only need 3. You don't need 4 or any more than 3. So yeah, that'd be great if you could give me other people. So I told my parents that, and they think that's really stupid. So they said, here's what you're gonna do. You're not gonna listen to her, and you're gonna use the references you got because you don't have relationships with your college professors. I just don't. It's not that I didn't want them. I just never made them. In my head, the only way to make them would be to go to office hours or whatnot, which I rarely ever did because I just never needed to. I'm sorry, I'm smart enough that I never felt the need to go there, or I never needed help. I guess, I'm sorry, that probably sounded really egotistical or whatever, but it's even if I did help or got stuck, that's when I go to the internet, and if the internet still can't get me through because I want to do it myself, then I go to office hours. I don't know what to say to that. So that didn't blow over well either. And then she asked me, she was like, so yeah, when you're feeling anxious, what do you do to work through it? And I was like, no, I feel anxious all the time, and I don't work through it. I just exist with it. And so then she asked if me and my therapist are working on getting me medication, which working on getting me stuff for the depression, so I would assume it would help in that regard, but that's really not any of her business. So yeah. And then she was like, oh, well, I could look up some ways to maybe help with that. So my parents weren't very happy about that either, since she's not a doctor, and why should she be advocating for me taking medicine? Overall, a lot of what she said today, I don't understand why it needed to be said, why she even needed to ask about it, or any, like, I don't know. I still don't totally understand the point of meeting with her. She also warned me that employers might check for my social medias, so fortunately, this account and my Twitter account are under different names, so I can play the deny game. Yeah. Not that I feel like these accounts would get me into trouble anyway. I try to keep these, ignoring the depression topics aside, I try to keep my Twitter page and my Ramble channel, like, relatively family friendly, or at least safe for work. But yeah, so that was my phone meeting. Then I hopped in the shower, and I came back down here a little bit later. We had dinner, and then me and my mom watched 2 episodes of Taco P's Original Sin. I showed her some stuff from the Game Awards, and I know when I get off of here, I'm probably going to have a snack, and I'm probably going to play Ace Combat 7 or GTA or DBD. I don't know. I'll play something. Okay, so that was really the daily recap. Also, I have a Christmas thing to go to tomorrow, so there'll be that to talk about at least. But no, I want to talk about, like, the main subject of this ramble, which today, and you could say this is because I got nostalgic, because I saw that the last one I posted about this okay, I'm sure there's been another one, but in December of last year, I made a ramble about my bestie. So I saw that, and it kind of made me want to do another one, and then something else happened today that made me want to do it, so today we are getting a bestie ramble, which I don't remember the last time I made, excluding, like, not counting, like, when I just talk about her a bunch. I mean, like, a ramble that I specifically dedicate to talking about her. So I don't know how long this will go on. It might not even go on for very long. I don't know how long I will talk about her. But it very well could on. It very well could go on for a while. So if you are listening, like anybody, I guess buckle up. Which I guess it'll be kind of funny if it doesn't last for very long. But who knows? So I guess what brought this on was the social media app Amino shut down today or yesterday. I think it was today. I know I just said the date, but what is it? Okay, no, I think it shut down yesterday. So from what I have seen online, there are 2 kinds of Amino people. There are people who are like, but I grew up on Amino, I loved it, you know. And then there are the people who are like, Amino is just like this decrepit, like, deplorable place of the internet with predators and groomers and freaks and weirdos. So you got people who are sad that it's gone, and then you have people that are happy that it's gone. They're like, good riddance, the place was terrible anyway, and I have trauma from it. Like, you get both sides of the spectrum here. So Amino is gone. I still have the app installed. In fact, because it's not on the store anymore, I'm just not going to get rid of it. I'm keeping it forever. Or at least as long as my phone will let me. So my bestie, Darkness, I met them on Amino, which is where the name Darkness comes from, because that's what they went by on there. And when did we meet? It was like late November, I'm sorry. It was like mid or late November. And it was it was either 2020 or 2021, I think. Or like Okay, yeah, I think it was like 2020, 2021. Maybe 2019, but that doesn't seem right. Uh, Hold on, let me do some math really quick. So that would be 10 years would be 2019. Okay, yeah, it was like 2020 or 2021. So I don't remember how, like, I feel like the way things kicked off was like her post kept popping up on my feed, and I was just like she'd post stuff and it'd be like, I'm in school and I'm in class and I'm bored, and I responded and I'm like, I'm also in class and I'm bored, and like she'd post something else and I would see it, and it's like because I keep refreshing, so I just keep responding. So eventually, I don't know if I followed her first or if she followed me first. I feel like maybe she followed me first, and it said, I got the notification that's like, darkness is following you, and I'm like, that's really funny. At least I thought it was really funny. So then it somehow evolved into, let's go into the private chat and just have like one-on-one conversation, not in a comment section. And then like our messages were just kind of like really basic, like everyday stuff. How are you? I'm good. What are you up to? I'm chilling. I'm waiting for my bus. I'm about to go home. But like it was just like really basic stuff. Which, I mean, it was still good though. Not to say the basic is bad. So then like I feel like we pretty much talked every day. And we would just like talk about whatever. Stuff going on in her life, stuff going on in my life, just random stuff. I would tell her about games I'm playing, and she would have no idea what I'm talking about, which would be really funny. But then, I'm not going to get into specifics. Then one day something happened in her life, and not that I'm trying to give all the backstory here, but I don't know. I can't help it. I like talking about her. So something had happened, and she was going through a bit of a tough time, and so I did what I do, or tried to do. Sometimes, as I've said before, I struggle, but I was trying my best to like comfort and support her, and that led to us just like getting closer, which led to her calling me her best friend, and I was like, that's weird. How could she say that? I've never met her. We've never talked like audibly. It's always been over text. How in the world can she say that? It's so weird. But, whatever, if she wants to, I'm not going to stop her. I mean, I don't want to, like, hurt her feelings. So, yeah, sure. So then, we kept texting. Well, then one day, she just kind of disappeared. And I was like, oh. So, for the first, like, week, I'd still check in. I'd make little jokes about it. And I'd be like, oh, you must have died. Now, that's not really a joke, but I was, like, 16. So, or 15 or whatever. So my sense of humor was slightly less refined. Not to say I still have the humor of a middle schooler now, so we haven't really evolved. So eventually I just decided that, okay, she must have just moved on. Online friends, they come and go. It is what it is. But I'm not going to unfollow her, and I'm not going to delete the chat. I'm going to keep it up, in case she ever comes back, because you never know. I'm like, it's highly unlikely, but you never know. So then, I don't know. A while later, I was in an online situationship complicated thing, because it wasn't like a relationship, but to me it kind of was, and to them it wasn't. It's really weird. Well, then one day she just, like, the person that I was in this weird situation with decided, okay, hey, sorry, like, this can't continue anymore. I have feelings for someone, and that would be weird. So naturally, I was a wreck, and I decided, okay, well, even though darkness isn't here, that would be something that we would talk about. So I texted, and I was like, hey, I know you're not here anymore, but I just, like, had this happen, and I feel miserable, and I know you said we're friends, or best friends, so I'm just sending this to you just because, you said we were, and I have nowhere else to go. Like, I didn't expect a response, but it just, I don't know, I didn't know who else to talk to. So I didn't get a response, which is fine, but I just needed somewhere to, like, place my emotions, which that chat room is where I would put them. So then, time went on, and, I don't know how frequently, but every so often, whenever I'd see the Amino thing, and I'd stop sometimes. I'd be like, "Oh, Amino, yes," and I would open my profile on the Anime Amino, and I'd be, I'd have my 5 followers, and it's like, "Yes, darkness, I am still following you. You are one of the 3 people I follow. Oh, our chat is still open, so that one day if you ever come back, So then it was, it was 2023 or 2024, and one day I was sitting in my dorm room, and I received a text message on Amino that says, "I'm back. You're probably not here, but I'm back, and I'm really sorry that I disappeared, but you're probably not here, but I'm here, and, I'm really sorry that happened to you, and I'm sorry that I disappeared. You're probably not here." And she, crying emojis, and so I grabbed my phone, and I'm like, "I'm here." And she was like, "What?" And so we started talking like crazy, and she, explained, she's like, "I was really sorry. She couldn't talk for those few years." And I said, "It's fine, it's whatever." So then naturally we start texting every day, and it's like she never left. And it was great. And then in the process, I made a new online friend in a different community who just like started calling me bestie, like just out of habit. And then it just like, I realized, like it dawned on me what a bestie to me is, which would be best friend. And then I realized, I would apply that to her. So like darkness. So I decided, yeah, you're my best friend too. So now we're both on the same page, even if it took me a long time to realize that. So we texted every single day. If it's just like random stuff. And so like, things would happen, and she would have to leave Amino, or we'd have to change chat services. Like, we've gone to Amino, we've gone to Band, we've gone to Google Messages, we've gone to Pinterest, and we'd move, and we'd just keep talking like nothing had changed. And they, like, every single day, we'd just go, and we could talk about anything. And I don't think we've ever really had, like, a fight or, like, an incident. I mean, like, we've had days where, one of us will be having, like, a depression episode or just feeling upset or down. But, like, those are normal. And we've had days where, like, we'll both have them at the same time. Like I said, those are normal. But, like, I don't think we've ever had a day where, like, one of us is upset with the other person. At least not for anything, like, bad. Like there are days where, like, I'd be having a depression episode and I would say really mean stuff about myself. And then she'd be upset at me for that. But, like, it wasn't, like, upset with me. It was more like, I'm hurting me verbally, so her watching me hurt myself verbally was like hurting her kind of way, and so she was upset about that. But like it was never like we were like mad at each other, or anything. Who knows? I could be wrong, but as far as I was aware, so we talked every day about just whatever, and then one day some stuff happened, and I'm not going to say what, but some stuff happened, and I sent my first voice message, and I was like, "Hi, it's me," which then, I feel like kind of pushed us forward in in a direction, and then one day I was like, "Hey, this is what I look like." I was just, like, getting more and more comfortable, and then I learned what she looked like, and we did our first, like, audio call, and then that was, like, one of the greatest things ever, so we slowly started to do them more often, and, like, then one day, like, for a couple months, she was on vacation in Oregon, and we, like, played games, or she watched me play games over, like, share screen on PlayStation, or we'd do, like, daily calls, or we'd, like, fall asleep on call together and just talk about whatever until, like, however late into the night it would get, and it was so much fun. It's the greatest time ever. And, so now we're in another one of those situations where, for reasons, and this time I actually know, and it's, fortunately, I feel like it's my fault. So for reasons, we are currently not allowed to be in contact, which really, really sucks. And it really, really hurts. And it sucks even more now because now Amino is, like, gone, and I don't have, like, I can't go back and look at our chats, and I can't go back and look at her profile or, like, any of the posts we interacted on. I can't see any of it. It really bums me out because I see all these people who are happy that it's gone, and then I'm just sad that it's gone because that's where I met my bestie. That's where I met my bestie. I'm sorry. So yeah, seeing Amino be gone, it just triggered something inside of me. I just needed to talk about her, a little bit. I don't know. I haven't given up hope though. I was just watching a video on Persona 3 and social links and whatnot, and the developers had said that they had viewed maxed out social links as the kind of friends that are like your ride or die, and like that even as time, if a lot of time passes and you guys are never in contact or rarely get to see each other, when you inevitably meet up again, it'll be like no time had passed and nothing is awkward. And I heard that phrase, and it was like, that is a phrase that I would apply to my best friend. That is a phrase that like defines, at least to me, our relationship. It doesn't matter how much time passes. I feel like we will always be like super close. I mean, part of my brain might try to like make me worry or doubt or anxious about that. Like that maybe we'll talk again and things will be weird and anxious and weird. And I said weird twice, I'm sorry. And just like not comfortable. But I feel like no matter how much time passes now, I feel like no matter what, we'll be like, it'll I mean, maybe not the same. Like I'm sure we'll both have gone through stuff by then. Maybe it won't be the exact same, but I feel like at least I would like to believe that we'll still be as close as we were. And that she will always be my bestie no matter what. And I miss her so much. I swear, sometimes when I say that, I worry. I worry. I talk like she's dead. She's not dead. Actually, I don't know. I really hope she's not. Please don't be dead. I miss her so much. And she is like the light in my universe. And I don't know. I miss it. I miss her. And she was the best friend I have ever had and will ever have and have currently, and I cannot wait until she's back. And I'm sorry that I'm pretty sure I messed things up and got us into this mess in the first place. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Just because I feel like I've said my piece for the night. It felt nice talking about her. And I know I probably gave more information than I needed, but it felt nice getting to talk about somebody who's that special to me. So, as always, if you liked what you're listening to, hit like, leave feedback in the comments below, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to stay up to date with things I post. Follow me on Twitter for the random post over there. Link for that is in the description. And as always, your support means the world to me. I love you all, and most importantly, more important than everything else in this entire world, I miss my bestie so much, but I also love her more than anything. She is the world to me, and she deserves the world. She is the best, and I miss her. But and I cannot wait until I get to talk to her, hang out with her, tell her very stupid middle school level jokes that I randomly think of. I'll be back tomorrow with another ramble. Until then, bye.